Hey there, lads and lasses. This is Thunderhand64 coming at you live from the Generations Minecraft Realm server here on a Thursday night. And I'd like to welcome Draken into the house here, my co-pilot here, and our mod, one of our mod crew here, and grateful to have you along. If any of you have looked at the Discord lately, you'll see that I posted a pic of our new audio deck, our new Zoom audio deck. I mean, I literally just set it up, plugged it in, installed the driver right now. And so most of this video is probably going to be tweaking it to get the audio right and figuring out what works and what doesn't. For example, right now, you may have noticed I'm not wearing the headphones. I can't seem to get the headphones, the headphone monitor system channels of this going for some reason. There's something with it, and I can't figure it out. And so I have this coming out over the loudspeakers right now. So hopefully there's not an echoing effect. Hopefully there's not an echoing effect going on. So I'll rely on you guys to let me know and to give me updates on the audio and see what it's like. One thing you should notice right now, though, is the board has really, really good mic preamps in it. And so I should be able to be quite a ways away from the mic and still have really, really decent pickup. And so I shouldn't have to have my mouth right on the microphone now. In fact, if I'm a little over to the side here, I should still be getting some pretty good audio. If I'm a little over to the side here, I'm looking at my audio levels, and they're still looking pretty good. Of course, they're best right when I'm right in the middle. But now I no longer have to, I shouldn't have to be right on top of the mic now. So I can relax a little bit here. And I can keep the mic out of my beautiful face. Okay, let's try that. Boy, when I first logged on, there was a lot of lag. It seems to have calmed down now, so I think we're going to be okay. But I'll just have to work out the audio with the headphones and stuff. I'm going to have to work that out probably tomorrow, probably Friday, and hopefully I'll have it straightened out by Saturday. Because I can't have this coming out over the speakers because it's a 3,000 watt system. And I have it on its ultimate lowest settings, and still the family's going to be able to hear it throughout the entire house. So for one stream, I think they probably won't mind, but certainly can't be every stream. So I'm going to have to get the headphones set up. It's just some setup, some switch I have to throw here, or maybe, these just earbud headphones aren't going to cut it or something like that with this kind of deck. Maybe I need a proper set of headphones. Well, we'll see what's going to go on there. But any feedback you can give me throughout the stream, that'll be really, really helpful. I'm also monitoring the stream here on my iPad as usual, so I have... Yeah, so I'm just checking out the stream on Twitch on the iPad too, just to make sure. I'm going to have to put a windscreen on this thing right away because now that we have boosted compression and gain, you can hear me breathing now. So actually, I should get away from this thing a little bit. Check, check, check. Okay, I'm still in the yellow, just bordering on the red, so I should be getting a really good strong signal here. So, and we will, of course, be doing a little bit of Minecrafting today. I'm going to be working on the hotel today. I'm going to go to the other wing, actually, because I'm pretty dissatisfied with the way that this wing came out. And we'll go take a look at that in just a moment. Let me call up my channel on Twitch here. I want to make sure that I'm getting audio. I think I am. I don't think so. Uh-oh. That's not good. That's weird because my Thunderhand mic, I can see it's cranking right out. Let me check something here, but I'm looking at my stream and I'm not getting anything. My iPad's cranked right up volume-wise too, and I'm not getting anything. So let me make some adjustments there. Okay, I'm still talking just in case, but you guys probably can't hear me. Audio track 1, recording. Track 1, right, recording path, got it. Audio bitrate, right, got that. Okay, so let's just hit audio here. Channels mono, good. Speakers. That should be good, actually. Confirm stream, restart, English, output, automatically replay, keep recording, automatically record, source alignment, enable. Uh-oh, here we go. I got to think about this stuff now. Let me think. What if it has to be that? Now, I just made a switch, so I just need in the camera so I can give myself some sort of visual cue. 3, 2, 1, 0. And then when I look on here, there's a little bit of a delay, and then my vocal should start coming up the moment I can see that. So this video may need some editing later on, but I really wish I had time to work on this today. Still nothing. Still nothing. Okay, that's not good. Let me see. Should be speakers high definition audio. That should be doing it. I don't know why it's not. Desktop audio, auxiliary device. Advanced. Video, audio, speakers high definition audio. Yes. Replay buffer, formatting, stream delay, automatic reconnect, network. Okay, I don't have anybody to give me any feedback. It's weird because our mic... Let me try this. Let me try this. Let me see if that makes any difference. That might make a little bit of a difference. If not, I might just use the webcam mic for the rest of this stream, but we'll see. Oh, wait a minute. I see what the problem is. I already see it. The problem, my friends, I think is... No, that's not it. Dang. I thought I saw it. but I do not know why we are not getting this. Yeah, we should definitely be getting sound. I mean, I can see the output here. It's my mic. Let's take a look here. Undo adjust mic. Let's look at our properties again. Okay, so it should be taking the source there. I mean, that's the mic, but I mean but you know what? No sound is coming out at all, so I doubt it's that. Because we're not getting anything out of the game capture or anything. Even though I'm seeing the levels into Streamlabs seem to be okay. Okay, of course I'm not getting any feedback from anybody, so I don't know. I'm just going by what's on my iPad. Or what's not coming out of my iPad. General delete cache, confirm, restart. Output. Recording, replay buffer, alignment snapping, none of that. Stream. Twitch logged in, no problem. You cannot change these settings while you're live. Fine. Output. Mode advanced. Recording. Output of audio. Replay buffer. Audio track. Encoder should be okay. Rate control, bit rate. Look ahead, GPU. Yeah, nothing there. And then audio sample rate. Channels mono, that should be working. Desktop audio device 2. Mic, auxiliary device 1. All of these are disabled. Can't figure it out. Remote control, virtual webcam. Can't work out what the deal is. All right, I got to think about this now. Me guts to think about this now. What would be the output for this? What would be the output? Why would this not make sense? So, all right, I've got that. Let's do this. Do properties again for the mic. Let's take a look. Okay, that takes care of that. Done. How about for the music? Okay, so it's coming out of those sources. That's where it's coming in from. But then out to the stream, though, is a little bit different. And that's got to be this. That's got to be this. I'm looking at output, audio, Twitch VOD, encoder, bitrate, audio coming out. Don't know. I do not know. Coming over here, stream, output, and then audio sample rate. Channels requires a restart. Desktop audio device 1. Maybe it does have to be the Zoom L12 coming out. But that doesn't make any sense. The input, the mic should be coming in from the Zoom. Speaker should be high definition audio device. But I guess that's what this stream's going to be about. Thing is, I actually need the stream running to make sure that I know what's happening here. Dang, because I'm getting really good signal in. But why isn't it going out to the stream? Why is it not going? Show cache directory, delete cache, upload cache developers, enable reporting it. No. Disable hardware acceleration. OBS import configure default devices. Output. It's like I'm in advanced mode. Bit frame, GPU, profile high, bit rate. All of this stuff should be fine. Twitch VOD. Audio track 1. Streaming, recording. No. Audio. But I'm not using tracks, that's the problem. So we've got our audio here is cranking out on the iPad, so we should be getting some sort of audio and we're not. Let's try some of this stuff here. Audio device 1. Audio device 2. But now we've just added another audio device down here. I guess that doesn't really help. What if we switch this to default? Now we're going to be checking this out, see if there's anything maybe that this setting might have done. Channels away. Here we go. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Nope, that didn't do it. I don't think so. Output wise, there's like a full 20-second delay, and I think that's a little bit too much. Maybe I should change that. Still nothing. Wow, we're getting attacked by bots now. I think because there's no audio. Why can't I block him? Okay, let me see. I gotta try to figure out this audio. Now we're getting spammed with bots because they think we're a noob. Let me see. We gotta figure this out pronto. I'm pretty sure it's a Streamlabs setting. Desktop audio device. But we're okay with this, actually. So, scene collection, stream, Twitch, got it right. Output. Audio track 1. Maybe if we did something like that. Maybe we could see if that works. Custom mixer settings, something like that. Reset GPU. Audio track 1, audio track 2. I don't know. I got to now look at this and I got to listen for when the delay comes up. Nothing. Yeah. Okay. That doesn't help. Channels are mono. Maybe channels need to be stereo, but I don't think so. Desktop audio device 1. It should be under output. Output audio. That's what needs to be done here. Maybe the... Audio bit rate. Track 1, track 2, track 3, track 4. Up to 6 tracks. Replay buffer. I can't adjust any of these. Probably I can't adjust any of these while I'm streaming, which really sucks. Maybe try to go 48 hertz and see what happens. See if anything happens here. Because I don't think so. I'm gonna have to check this out. We get our 20 second delay. And we're gonna have to wait. Through which we're going to have to wait. Oh, it's always something. I just gotta think really hard about how this is happening. Let me see. That should be a source, and then that should just be bringing a source. Into the stream, and then where would the output from the sound? The output from the sound would be from Streamlabs itself. because Streamlabs is only doing inputs. Streamlabs should only be doing inputs. All right. Let me try this. Let me try this. Let's go to audio again. Desktop audio device 1. All right, I don't think the sample rate really matters. That's going to be fine. Sample rate's all right. Let me see. What's my mic output? Performance mode, remove frame, properties. Let me see. This is not my... This is my audio input capture. Done. How about my output, though? Let me see. There should be filters. Remove, rename, create, out. Sorry, click off and didn't get notified you went live. All right. We got to try to figure this out. Where's my stream output? Dashboard, CloudBot, output editor, studio mode. General Slowcat. Confirm stream title, disable hardware, enable reporting, upload cache, show cache directory. Configure default devices. I can hear voice, but not hearing anything else. Let me check this to make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, I got the voice. All right, I figured out what the voice was. Now, Draken, can you tell me about the music level? I think the music level is good. Because I usually don't like to hear the music too loud. I like it a little bit. I think that's all right. So I'm finally getting my voice through now. Finally getting my voice through. But you're not hearing the music at all. Okay, and let me think about that for a moment. Because you should be hearing everything mono. Let me try this. And do adjust mic auxiliary properties. That should be good, right? Speakers. Okay, got that. All right, Drac, can you confirm if you have it in just one ear or just the other? But then again, you know, it just may be too low for you to hear. Yeah, because I'm getting the mic pretty, I'm getting the music pretty good. Yeah, I'm getting a good music level on the iPad. And now I'll check my phone here. Let's see if the phone also has a good level on it. Spending most of the stream troubleshooting audio. But you know what? We have a brand new board here. So if you guys are not, didn't see the Discord, let me see if I can do this here. Let me see if I can show you guys what we're dealing with. Okay, so this is the new board that we've set up. That's replacing the old system. So I can hear music in headphones, but it's barely audible. Yeah, but I think it's still at a pretty good level, though. So we'll wait and we'll see if we can get a couple others in. If we can get a couple others in, and then we'll compare. And then if it's and then if other folks also are complaining that's too loud, I'll see if I can turn it up. I'm also going to check it on my phone here too. I know my voice is super loud though right now, so. Plus, I think part of the problem is we also had some Twitch updates too, and a couple of the settings I noticed were a little bit different. So. The next thing we ought to check is the in-game volume. Boy, what an exciting stream this VOD is going to make, huh? And let me see, we're at 7:05, so we're just a little bit past a half an hour for checking out, for tweaking audio, so. Like I said earlier, I couldn't get the headphones to work at all, so. So I have to figure out how the headphone amp inside this system works. Okay, there we go. Hey, Toxic Humors is also live right now, so maybe we can raid him afterwards. That'll be cool. I'm still going to have to leave right at... it's there and can hear it. Level is good. It's just barely audible without my headphones. Yeah, that's probably what the deal is. I'm still going to have to bug right out of here to go pick up Biggie Cheese, so... So I don't know if I'll have time to do a... to do a raid today or not. We'll see. But I really miss doing raids. Plus, I also noticed that my VODs get tons of views after I do a raid, so... Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, I'm getting a really good music level out of the phone, too. Really good. Really, really good. Alrighty, let me do some rerouting of a little bit of cabling here. I'm going to go into a temporary standing mode. Okay, that's better. Okay, so let's get on with the show here. And I'm going to go with that for right now. All right, so let's do that. And I'm going to keep things where they are, and then if I notice anything or you guys notice anything, we'll try a little bit more tweaking. I have been idle too long. Really? Well, excuse me. Had some technical difficulties there. Make sure that we get this right here. There we go. That's a little better. Now we got to wait for the realms to restart. Ugh. So the only minor tweak we have to do now is to try to figure out how to do the headphones, right? And what I'd like to be able to do is get the Bluetooth headphones, the same kind that I got for Kachi. They're super, super good. And I have to figure out how to work out the Bluetooth transmitter and patch it into this and things like that. And then I can do headphones, because headphones are going to be critical. And I really only have one day, tomorrow, to figure that out. So, but we're getting there. We're getting there. We should have a lot more control over the system now, and should be geared up to be doing music. We're going to be doing, I've got to get a copy of Ableton Live, and then I have to figure out, I have to learn how to use it. And let me see. But now I'm getting voice in both ears now, so that's a good thing. Great. And be right back. Cool. All right, let's take a look where we left off here. Yeah, there we go. I was doing this side over here. And while I like the function of this is our Bubble Vader and stuff, and we were going to expand the room out and expand the deck out here, I absolutely hate the look of it. I mean, I understand it's dirt, I get that, but the shape of it I don't like. Like our lobby area and our lobby tower here, or foyer, this kind of place, even though this is only dirt, I really like the shape of it and stuff, and I can easily picture in my head the materials and stuff and all this coming together, and so I'm really satisfied with that. But this over here, I don't like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this like this, but on this end here, I'm going to design another one, and then we're going to compare. All right. So, first things first. What I'm thinking on doing is making a semicircle again. Making a semicircle that comes out off of this, or some sort of semicircular shape. So I want to take a look at the dimensions of our Bubble Vader here. And I'm thinking on having this protrude out of the semicircle. And so I'm thinking maybe it'll have a flat on it that has about 5 wide. So let's take a look. Let's see what we can do here. And I think a small semicircle isn't going to look good. It might not. So I'm thinking a semicircle that's going to be about maybe that wide. But that's tiny looking, though. I don't know. Maybe not. And I know the Bubble Vader itself. See, I'm all distracted with the audio and stuff. And plus, I'm really not feeling too well today either. Allergies triggered a migraine yesterday. And so I was up all last night struggling with a migraine. And the medicine really didn't kick in until about 10 a.m. this morning. And I took a little bit of a nap, and I'm a little bit rested, but whenever that happens to me, it's like I've just gotten a lobotomy, you know. I can barely think and form words and stuff, so this is going to be tough. So let me see. This is going to protrude outwards like this, and it's going to be about 3 by 5, it looks like, right? About 3 by 5. So let's come on over here. Make this about 3 by 5. And I know I'm going to... All right. So let's at least do this. Let's do a fill again like this. We'll do a fill command. You know, I'm hoping now that we have... now that we have a better preamp on the mic, that the mic's not going to pick up too much extraneous noise outside. So that was one of the good things about having the mic gain really, really low, and being right on top of the mic is it won't pick up anything at all off to the sides, or even like maybe 3 feet back. It won't pick up anything. And so you don't have to worry about any noise from outside interfering. But now that I've got a really good preamp on this thing, I'm a little bit concerned about that. So we'll see. Okay, because remember, we're going to have some sort of material for the wall here. That's got to happen. And that'll also, of course, extend this away with the superfluous medial vowel this way here. You know, I say that because I saw an episode of Mystery Science Theater 3000, and one of the characters in the movie that they were talking about, that they were mocking, openly mocking, of course, because that's what the show does, was saying this away and that away. And it was really annoying. And so they seized on that right away. And I don't know, my sister, Crazy Old Cat Lady, and I say that all the time now. All right, so let's take a look at what do we have for a block count here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Ooh, it's an even number. It's an even number, everyone. All right, so just for a little bit of relief. I mean depth. Right. That's what I mean when I say relief. Okay, you guys know. Thunder, enough. Just for a little bit of that. And you know what? Actually, I may make it only. Oh, I don't know. I was thinking of making it only come out to about here, and maybe not that far. I mean, the filler wall on the side will come out to there, but I don't think there's any reason to have this come out to here. So we'll do like we did on the other side, and we'll just wall those parts off like that. Or, you know, we'll use the glass like that, which looks terrible. It actually looks better with the wall units, but you get what I mean. You know what I'm saying? And so, I mean, I can make that look better. Even I can make that look better. All right, so maybe we'll do something like this, and let's check out the block count now. It should be 18, 17. I think it's still going to be even, though, 16. Oh, but I took that off, so it'll probably be 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, okay, the arithmetic is good. All right, so let's do that. So now the thing is, do I want 15 to be the diameter, or do I want it to be a chord? I'm thinking diameter would be really good, because now, center-wise, 15, that's going to be, 7 on each side of the middle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like this. And so we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It'll come out that far, and I'm thinking that's pretty good. That'll give us 3 for a walkway. 1, 2, 3, and then a little bit of a space. The tower and stuff, the glass bubble vader and stuff. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, I like that. All right, so let's use the plots application now. And I'll just use that here on the iPad. Plots, and then ellipse. That's usually enough to bring it up. That's plots with a Z, everybody. There we go. Noise. As in N-O-I-S-E. I think I saw that on Hermitcraft. Probably in False Symmetry's video. All right, so let me see. We need 15 by 15. Not very circular looking there, Thunderhand. Not good. Let's take a look. Let's see what it's going to look like. It's probably going to look like crap. Let's try it out. And if that's the case, you know what? We may use, we may make a cord out of this, and then we'll try this whole side of the building next. All right, we'll make a big hemi cylinder out of that. But let's try a smaller one first. All right, so let's do this. That would be the center. And then we need like two like that, and no, not like that, hands. Do what I say. And then two like that. Yeah, see, this is barely circular at all when it gets to this kind of point like this. Huh. That's a little weird. Something's off here. It's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8. Huh. That's a little strange looking to me. I know that this was 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I've got the midpoint correct. Okay. Now I think it'll be all right because once I extend this like that, I'll get the 1, 2, and you'll get the flat on this side. Like this. I think I'm okay here. I shouldn't doubt myself. I'm fine with this. You're fine, Thunderhand. Do have some confidence. All right. He said to himself, rhetorically. Yes, rhetorically, because chat did not respond. Okay. Not a problem. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So I'm thinking a little something like that. And then I'm wondering, you know, should I have the Bubble Vader coming off the end? You know, the thing I don't like about this is, or the thing I'm trying to pin down is, if you're approaching the hotel, say you're on Main Street over here, and you're approaching the hotel, heading south on the Main Street strip over here. So over here would be the Chamber of Commerce, and you know, down there would be the Guardian Farm and all that way down here. Up here, this would be north, and over there would be the Iron Farm. And so I'd be on this in the spawn circle. I'd spawn in, and I'd be moseying on down the road here on my horse. And this is the face that we would see. Now, this isn't the front. This is the wing. But still, you kind of want... I mean, this is your first impression. Before you get over here to the front. The front looks just fine. But these wings are really your first impression. So this sort of has to be like a secondary front of the building from this angle. Sort of. It has to give that kind of effect. And so, I mean, this is the small version like this, sticking out here, like this. And then maybe I would come off of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe this would be the Bubble Vader. So if we had glass blocks, creative mode, not a problem. Not a problem. And so if we had glass blocks, we'd be doing something like... Not that. A little something like that. Right? And let me see. We can just build all of this out with fill commands, right? So let's do this. Let's do /fill. Like that. Let's get our coords. And then we can just do this the cheap way. By, first of all, typing correctly. That would help. Let's do that. And then if you just place a block like this, boom shakalaka, it drops, and then that marks the spot. And here we go with the other chords like this. And Minecraft, not acacia buttons, Minecraft glass. There we go, like that. Oh, what happened? Oh, I went out a little too far. Now you've gone too far. We could do this, though. We could do the same fill command to fix this. Hit these chords thusly. We're going to fill this with air. Excuse me. I took some medicine just before I started here, but allergies have still got my throat a little wonky here. All right, we're doing good there, like that. Okay, but we're a little bit off center. Yeah, we're way off center, as a matter of fact. We're completely off center. Yeah, all of this is wrong. Thunder. See, I told you, you know, sleep deprivation, migraines, things like that. They're all ganging up against me. Let's get rid of all this. Bye-bye. And let me see. And I definitely mean all of that. Including this stuff too, hands. Okay, this is better. You know, after all this, I'm not going to like this. And I'm just going to delete it anyway. Okay, that's better. Let's get on the dirt here. Now, we said that's going to be a little bit like this. Okay, now what I need is the glass, the initial piece of glass has to do that E, sans, ooh, like that. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, and then it's got to come around like this. Thusly. Okay, that's how a bubble vader. That's that slice of it anyway. All right. So, let me see. What's the best way of doing this? Doing it a solid and then busting it down? Or building each wall out? Probably doesn't matter, right? Yeah, we can build each wall out. So let's do this one first. So let's use the fill with glass instead of air. Let's do this one. Done. And let's make sure that we select the right one this time. That's what I'm going for. So let's just do that, please. Brain and hands work together. Work with me here. You know what I'm saying? All right. We'll do that. And that. And not acacia buttons, although I'm so tempted just to fill it with acacia buttons just to see what happens. We have to do that. At some point. Glass. Okay, that's better. Okay, Draken's back. Drax back, everyone. Okay, so when we move out here, we're going to get that kind of profile, which I think, you know what? I think it's a little bit small, but we'll see. We'll see. That means, you know, this side, I don't mind having this semi-cylindrical, you know, work into that side. That seems to be okay. This side, like I said, I think I can make this look good here. So it would merge into that side right there. This would be a wall that would be enclosed. There would be some glass around here. Yeah, it might be all right. Let's finish it up. Let's see what's going to happen. So, oh, we could do this. We already have the blocks in place to make a selection. Let's get this one next. Yes. We're doing the glass fill again. And let me see. That's this one up here. Like this. There we go. Boom shakalaka. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying. All right, and then we could just take the glass. We just fill this up like this. That's our, you know, the old manual way. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Like that. And like that. Now, the Bubble Vader needs functional features on there and stuff, but, you know, that's the basic shape of it. I like to do that, but put some lights in there or something, right? So maybe this top layer will be material. And we'll do sort of what we did on the other side. And we'll put some structures on it. Maybe like that instead, just to make it protrude a little bit more, if you know what I'm saying. And let's repeat the pattern right here. On that layer. And then, you know, maybe we can go around this. Something like that. And that would be in between on each one of these, because this would be I mean, you wouldn't be looking out. Hands. Like that. Inside, we have this. Unless we did lighting or something like that, right? Okay, that's... You know what the problem is, though? Like I often say, when the diameters are really tight like this, it's not a very good approximation. You know, it's not very circular at this point. But I do like having it come off like that. I think that's a little bit better. The other option is to bring the tower in more. We could do that as well. And so it doesn't protrude out quite as much. That would make this look a little rounder. I mean, that's not too bad looking. I guess. Then we could do the same thing here. I think this is, this comes out 1, 2. Gotta keep an eye on the time here. 7:33. We're almost time for standing mode. I think we're 3 minutes past standing mode, actually. There's P-Nebs. My phone didn't tell me you were live, and neither did Draken. It's okay. It's all right. You didn't miss much. The whole first 30 minutes of the stream was me troubleshooting audio. So, so you didn't miss much there, P-Nebs. Welcome aboard. I was just about to go into standing mode. So I'm trying out a different kind of style here on the other wing. Because I'm really not satisfied with the way that the south wing came out. At all. So how are you doing this evening? Yep, because it's time to stand. Let me just get this, and then we'll get to the standing. Like that. Okay. I think that's okay for an end wing. I guess it's all right. There's a couple of things that we could try. Like I could move that whole thing in, and I may try that on the other side first. We'll see. So let me just finish this up, and then I'll go into standing mode. Because technically I was standing for a little while earlier, so I'm going to go with that. And there's Oscar Diggs. Glass elevator looks cool. Thank you. Welcome aboard, Oscar Diggs. Draken, if you're there, could you please give shout-outs to P-Nebs, Princess Nebula? And she's going to complain, but let's just do it anyway. And and Oscar Diggs, of course. If I didn't see you guys streaming earlier, I saw P-Nebs stream yesterday, although I was lurking through most of it because I spent most of the day on the road. So, Oscar, did you stream today? And I'm sorry I have to ask because I've been messing with audio equipment all day long, so I haven't really been watching any Twitch or watching notifications or anything, so I apologize, but... There we go. All right, and I'm thinking on just making these things just glass, right? But we'll see. So we're gonna see what this part of the Bubble Vader looks like, and then we're going to try another option on the other end. We're gonna delete that horrible eyesore that I built on the other end. Thank you, Thunder. You're welcome. You're welcome, Peanuts. Just popped in to say hi before we watch some Star Wars content together. Oh, awesome. Are you watching Bad Batch? I guess that's the newest one that's out right now, huh? I haven't been following it myself too closely. I think I watched the first episode. So I'm thinking this side, let me put the floors in. I'm going to go into stand mode now. There we go. There we go. Okay. That's better. We're caught up on Bad Batch. We're actually pushing through Mandalorian as we look to watch all the Star Wars canon in chronological order. Oh, okay, yeah. So I've already watched all of the Mandalorian, so no spoilers there. Bad Batch is awesome, yeah. And then, okay, going into lurk. I appreciate the lurk, my friend. Enjoy your Star Wars with your family. Oscar Diggs, everybody. Awesome streamer. Great guy all around. All right, let's do that. So far, the Zoom L12 board working like a charm. The only thing I wasn't able to figure out is the headphones yet. How to get the headphones working. And so the whole stream, my voice, the music, the game sounds are coming out over the 3,000 watt PA. So they're being heard by the whole house right now. Although I've got the speakers turned down as low as they will go, but I have the master out. But what's good about the L12 board is it gives me a lot more control over inputs and outputs. I can have my output going out of the board and into the computer and then out to the stream on a whole separate thing. And then I can have my output that's coming out, if I wanted to, out over the speakers and stuff on a whole separate channel and control level, and I can control those. I can record audio for all of this, different pieces and different parts that I want to and everything. So there's a learning curve, learning how to do that, but I'm getting it down. The first day of using it wasn't too bad. Like I said, just trying to figure out how to get the headphones up and running. And then we should be kicking here. The Zoom L12 is not just for streaming, of course. It's for music, and more importantly, it's for the streaming broadcasts of my lessons for my online math program. So it's really a multitasker, and I spent a long time researching it. And for all that it does, the price is really, really good. It's a really good unit. There's a lot of support for it and stuff like that. And so it's one of the things I'd been researching all year long. I waited almost an entire year to buy it, just to make absolutely sure it was the right way to go. And I'm pretty sure it is. One of the things we might be able to do here is not necessarily bring this down to level 3. We can add a little bit of contour. And, not build so claustrophobically, which is something, something I've been striving for, ever since I started building with Crazy Old Cat Lady. And I saw how big and open that she builds and stuff. And I made it a resolution of mine to try to build a little bit more spaciously myself. So maybe, see, normally I might have, you know what, I may even leave that like that, as a matter of fact. I think that would be okay if it's... if it's not going to cause lighting problems and stuff, I think it would be all right. Yeah, maybe like that. Okay, and then I would do something like that for the entrance into the Bubble Vader. This would probably all be glass. Like that. Maybe not that part. That part might wind up being a column. Something. We may move this column over. Let's see how that works. But all of this here would very likely be glass. Thusly. But we may also put some structure in here too. Like maybe these columns or something could be some sort of material to help break it up. But you know what? When you're up here, you want this kind of panoramic view so you can see all around. And let me see. SJDHDYDYS says hi. So I'm going to call you SJ. So SJ, how do we pronounce your name? And welcome to the stream. Because otherwise, I hope you don't mind me just referring to you as SJ. I think that would work there. Yeah, see, I think something like this, and having the roof being raised like that, raising the roof, I think that actually looks pretty cool. And then you come over to the Bubble Vader like this, and as you're going down, you could see all around the island. I think that would be really cool. And we would have 2 exits. One exit that would come out there into the lobby area, and one exit here to the great outdoors, like that. So we would do, yeah, I think that'd be all right. Yeah, Thunder, if you can go ahead and do that, that'd be great. Yeah. And you know what? As far as viewing it from the side, not too bad. Again, not quite as round as I would like it to be, but also much better than the other side. I think we can improve, though. I think we can improve. Now, I'm not sure what would happen down here. That would depend on what the lobby looks like. That might be okay. I really like how these balconies merge into this side here. That's pretty good. On this side, not really sure. Doesn't look bad. Looks okay. P-Nebs, can I offer a suggestion? Aw, it's nice of you to ask. Of course, you can always offer a suggestion. Always. Let me see. What do you got, P-Nebs? Lay it on us. You might want to use another block other than dirt. Don't you dare. I'm kidding. I'm being foolish. What about a pool of axolotls or glow squid as a feature for the lobby? You know, it's funny that you should mention that. It's funny that you should mention that because what I wanted to do, see, great minds think alike here. Let me tell you, and I'm being honest about this now. I'm being honest about this. What I was going to do is throughout the entrance here, again, this is going to be all open so you can see the ocean through the back. There'll be the front desk will be right here. And then I was going to have a river in the floor, a glass top river in the floor with the tropical fish. And the glass top river was going to come up to the bubble vaders. And the bubble vaders were actually going to have fish in them on the outside. That's what I was thinking. I might not do the bubble vaders, though, because they might be too big. But they might get too thick, be just too big of a structure for the end. I'm not sure for these end caps. But, yeah, great minds. Great minds think alike. So I was thinking of having a river in the floor. There's a Japanese steakhouse over in Ontario. In fact, J-Mo the Schmo probably knows where it is because he's local too. And it's between us too, so he's probably been over there. It's like a knockoff of Benihana. But one of the cool things they have is they have that in the floor. So as you're in the waiting area and then you go out to your tables, there's a built-in river into the floor. And it's a glass top, and they have all the koi fish swimming through it and stuff. It looks really cool. And so that's where I get the idea for this. I was thinking, wow, you know, we'd have this slaloming river like this with a glass top as part of the floor, going through the main lobby and connecting the two elevators together. That's what I was originally thinking. That sounds cool. That is cool. See, we both thought of that. I'm going to consider that a collaboration. We both had pretty much the same idea. It's a little bit different, but pretty much the same idea. The only thing like I said, I was thinking of is then having the river come up to the glass elevators and then having an outer layer of water going all the way up like this. And I was hoping the fish wouldn't despawn, the fish and the glow squids and axolotls and stuff. Although I wasn't thinking squids and axolotls, because at the time I was thinking about this, I was only thinking fish because there weren't any at that time. And so now we can add those two. The glow squids. Glow squids would look cool. Yeah, they definitely would. But I'm just wondering if the fish would bother swimming up and down this, or would they all just swim down to the bottom, or all just swim, or would they despawn? I think they need at least 2 blocks deep of water, but I think it can be only 1 block wide, and then they won't despawn. I think that's the case. Is that what I did above? I did something like that, except I think I blocked those in. We'll see. So SJ, if you're still there, can you type in a clue for how to pronounce your name? If you're still there. Yeah, see, I like it with the open roof like this a lot better. It's not as claustrophobic. This adds like a skirt feature around it. And then I think I made that also solid blocks, right? Yeah, I did. Okay. So I did a little something like this. All right, so this is... What am I, like 13 and my voice is cracking again? This is one idea I had for this. Something like this. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put the glass here. Yeah, if you could just go ahead and put the glass there, that would be great. Yeah. So let's do that. And again, you know, these columns, I might do something there, but I don't know. Maybe just a different color glass. Yeah, something like that. And I don't know what we're going to do down here yet. So I knew the ends were going to feature the bubble vaders, but I was also thinking of having the ends also featuring parking spaces for horses. the parking garage features. Now I'm going to have some parking space out front for horses, right? But not a lot. Just to pull up, run up, get your things, jump down, and come on out. But then, you know, the stalls for each players to park their horse in. I wanted to build that kind of feature. Okay, so that's one possible kind of wing configuration. So one would come into here, a bit like this, and then you'd, oh, not like that, hands, not like that. And then there's the bubble vader. And of course, the bubble vader would then continue all the way up as we add more floors, right? Okay, so that's one kind of end. As far as the front of the hotel goes, if we back up like this, it's not too bad. It looks kind of small, though. I think we can build a bigger feature there, and it would look cool. So we'll try this kind of thing, but we'll build a little bigger on the other side. Okay, let me see. Don't put axolotls with the other ocean mobs together. Right. Axolotls will kill other ocean mobs. And as long as the fish have been in a bucket, they shouldn't despawn at all. That's right. It's technically considered taming once you catch them in a bucket. Cool. Okay. And you know what's really cool is we have the warm oceans all around us. So we have all of those varieties of tropical fish that we can put in there. But I'm thinking you're saying the axolotls will kill the fish, right? And if that's the case, then we can make a separate kind of tank out of the axolotls. We can make a separate kind of tank. I don't know if you guys have ever been in Rainforest Cafe before, but they have those big columns of fish tanks in there, and as you're walking through, you can see the huge fish swimming by, and of course aquariums have them too. You know, maybe we can be tweaked and modified as needed. Yes, of course. And so we may make some columns in here that would have something like that in them. Or, maybe have the river of fish come up to the bubble vaders, and then have the bubble vaders have them visually connected, but not physically connected. And then the bubble vaders would have the axolotls all spiraling up through. That would be kind of cool. Yes, axolotls will kill the fish. And if you have 2 axolotls and tropical fish together, then you'll have 3+ axolotls because they breed, right? Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. Yeah, so we're going to have to keep them separate. You got to keep them separated. A little 90s reference there for you. Offspring. All right, so I think you can tell right away that this is now horrible, right? So I think you guys can tell why I'm so dissatisfied with this at this point. And how are we doing? We're almost at 8 o'clock, so we're doing well, I think. So I'm going to mark a block right over there. And let me see. Then I will use this block here, and we will just wipe out all this stuff. I like the other side better. Let's call them, that's going to be north side, and this is south side. So I'm quite certain that you're talking about the north side. Because I think the south side's atrocious. I mean, it functions the way I want it to, but it just looks horrible. I mean, if you're on the main road and you're approaching this, heading north on the main drag from the south, I mean, that's the first thing you see. It's just it's wretched. It's wretched. I think that's the next set of coordinates I want there. Bye-bye. Okay, so let's all pretend that the south wing never happened. I like the north side better. Good. Let's all pretend that the south side never happened. All right? Agreed? Agreed. Moving on. Moving on. Okay, let's do that. And let's put our false wall back. Well, you know what I mean. Let me see. I want to do something a little like that. Fuck. Agreed. You know what, though? I'd really like to see some of you guys doing some of this. Like some of this design kind of work. I think you guys are good enough where you just build freestyle for the most part. But it would be really cool to watch you guys doing some of this. So I could learn from you guys too. I am going to fill something with acacia buttons just to see what happens. Oh, no, not air, thunder. Dirt. Or as Kachi used to say when he was a little guy, dirt. Dart. There you go. Okay, that's better. Let me... I think I was going a little something like that, right? And then this is going to be the new column location, right? And I was just extending this on down, a little something like that. All right, now, what I had in mind for this side was to make the semicircle much bigger. And so I was actually going to extend this outwards. At least to there. And I was thinking on even incorporating the edge of this. and then having the semi-cylinder come all the way out from that kind of length. So let's see what we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Good. It's an odd number. So that makes things a little bit easier. All right. And then I might do a little something like this. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe not. Let's go with maybe not. And then we'll bring that out to there. And we'll bring this out to here. We'll like... Okay. Okay, now this semicircle is going to be much bigger. Can I see the whole build from the top like a bird's eye view? Yes. In fact, you're actually going to want to see that when we get the other wing. And I think now when I get up here like this, okay, you can see what I mean about the north wing being too small of a feature. I feel it is. Is it just me, or is that... I think it's just too small of a feature in the back. Of course, you know, you could look at it from this point of view, but really, you got to ask yourself, you know, are we going to be seeing this from this point of view? And so, yeah, I guess when we fly over it, maybe. But next door from the Chamber of Commerce is only going to be about 14 units tall. This building, I'm hoping... depending on all of you, may be much taller than that. And so I don't think we're ever going to see that from above. So the important angles are angles like this, especially from street level, because that's where you'll be looking at it the most, right? This kind of angle. Like here, you don't even see that, right? And so these are the angles by which you're going to see this. You're going to be seeing this at angles like this, right, from down here. Yeah, north is too small, but it's going in the right direction. I was thinking also making the elevators in crescent shape like the center. Yeah, you know, we could do that, especially if we're going to put a sheathing of water around them, right? We could do that too. And so these are the angles at which we're going to be seeing this. So these are the critical angles you want to look at when you're checking out the view, right? And how the features look. Okay. Especially, and the critical one for the wings is this side view when you're coming up the street like this, because that's really the most prominent part of the hotel you're seeing. And so these got to look pretty darn sharp. You know, they just can't be utilitarian. You know, so the top is actually the part I'm least worried about, because you shouldn't really be looking at that too often, unless of course like you fly over them. And I actually don't want to make really extravagant features on the top, because I'm just going to have to wipe them out, put a new floor on, and then rebuild the top on top of it, and I'm really not looking forward to that. So the top of this I want to be very, very simple. Very simple. That's my plan, anyway. All right, so let me see. We're doing good for time. We're in the last maybe 28 minutes of the stream right now. Yeah, and you could have the Bubble Vader on the outside part of the crescent, maybe, like the front of the building, and the rest of the crescent would be filled with water. Wow. Wow, PNebs. That's actually a very, very cool idea. Whoa. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Okay, so what we're going to do now, how to go about this. Okay, let's get the shape first. I'm going to make the big semi-circular I'm going to make the big semicircular structure first. I am thinking. You're going to need some sort of dry access to get over to the to get over to the bubble vader, or you need to make the bubble vader here, or you need to make it right there, and then the rest would be water like a giant aquarium. That is a cool idea. PNABs, that is a really cool idea. You could walk through the rest of the crescent of the hallway covered with glass like in aquariums to get to the bubble vader. And so, all right, I think I know what you mean. You can walk along the outside like this, right? But actually, you know, PNABs, what I was thinking, well, yeah, maybe. But then, you know, you would have that airspace between here and the aquarium feature from the outside. And I think from the outside, it would be really cool to have the water and the fish right up against the glass on the outside. So if I'm understanding you correctly, so that would be awesome looking. That really would. All right, let's build out the semicircle first. I think I said this was what, 23? Yeah, I'm gonna trust my memory here, which is probably a mistake. I'm going to say that's 23. And the good thing about making a big semicircle like that is it'll look more circular. The approximation of the circle is a little bit better. You know, the wings are going to upstage the entrance. Let me see. You know, at aquariums, they have the immersive hallways where the fish and sharks swim all around you. Yeah. Yeah, like, oh, okay. Yeah, you know what? We can do that. We can do that. We can totally do that. Ooh, I'm so excited now. PNABs, that is a cool idea. That is a really cool idea. All right, let me see. So we have, that would be the center coming off of that wall. So we have 3 of these. Right? Or maybe just 2. 2 like this, and then I'm going to put 2 like this. So let's get the shape of it first. And then we've got 1 like that. And then, and we've got one of those pointless middle sections in there, but maybe it'll look okay in glass. Like that. And then let me see, I have 2, 4, 6, 7 of these, right? Ooh, that is gonna look cool. Now, it may look a little weird because this may look like it's off-center, but I'm sure when this is all filled with water and fish, you're not going to be able to see that. So 1, 2, 3, it's not going to be noticeable. Shouldn't be distracting, right? All right, I'm just doing that as a marker. And then we can do a little something like this to help us See that? Ooh. Pro tip. There we go. Okay. Wow. Now that is going to be cool. All right. I can already tell, even before we start to fill it in, that's going to make some cool features. That really is. That is going to make some cool features, everyone. Let me see. It would also work well with your river because even in the ocean, they technically have rivers leading to other areas. Yeah. The river part's going to connect up to this in an awesome kind of way. It really is. In fact, we may have to think of a way to incorporate a waterfall somehow. But without blocking the view. And I'm thinking I'm going to do that out back on this patio area out back here. I may have it come off like this. I may have the river go under the front desk and then come out here and then spill out. I might have some sort of waterfall there down into the sea. So I might have something like that. I don't know. I think that's going to work really well with all of this. Okay, so let's use some glass. Let's do some glass fill in here, shall we? All right, now we've got to be careful here, actually, because some of this has to remain like we do need a wall there, right? Okay, so I'm going to put up the wall first. Right there. How am I doing for time? 8:10. Good. And let me see. Over here. Like that. Okay, now this may be glass. This may be some sort of glass feature, like we're walking here so you can see the bubble baiter from that side, you know, so... But right now it's going to be dirt until we figure something out because we haven't figured out the lobby yet. This is going to look amazing. Teamwork. Collaboration. Thing is, I hope I can build it fast enough before. I hope I can build it within a year. I'm not sure this is worth using the fill command on these. Probably not. I should probably just do this manually. So, what did you do for a year in Realm 5, Thunderhand? I built a hotel. I never would have thought of that. I certainly wouldn't have thought of it quite like this, PNEP, so I really appreciate that. But at the outset of Realm 5 in October, I knew I was building a hotel because Counterplays and I had already decided we were going to do that in Realm 4, actually. And since Realm 4 ended before I planned it to, I promised Counterplays that I would build him a hotel here. And so I knew I was going to build one, but I never thought it would be like this. But in a way, though, also, I guess I'm not really surprised, though, because I did decide that we were going to build bigger, more grand kinds of builds, and that's tough when you're basically the only one on the server. That's kind of hard. And again, we don't need the entire hotel built. Just the lobby, the wings, and these 2 floors will be enough. Am I doing for time? I keep checking the time. I know. I've got to make sure I'm not late for picking up Biggie here. Hawk. Hands, do what I say. You know, people wonder, you know, how Corrales comes up with how he's so productive and everything. And he has his Patreon server, and he has his folks working for him, building all kinds of stuff. And he often will go there to look for designs and stuff, and then put them all together to make his cities and the zoo and things like that. You know, to help Cleo with the zoo and stuff like that. And so, you know, I really like the idea. Now this looks terrible, like. Just glass like this, but when we fill it with water, and hopefully we'll have time to do that. You want some help to build? Name and time, and I'll come help build, or even gather supplies. I could sleep in a hobbit hole until it's built. Name the time. I made the typo. Yes, of course. You know, and I've been thinking about this because this is taking a lot more time than I thought it would. I'm thinking on starting to invite people on, actually, before it's actually built, a couple of you. There's a couple of promises I did make to Luck May Have It and the Tron Slime as to getting on here first, but you know what? I may not be able to wait until I get all of this done, because it's like you're saying, I may need your help to actually do this and to gather the resources. We haven't even really picked out all of the materials yet either. And so this is going to be a lot of work. There's going to be a lot of work. So resource gathering is going to be tough. So one of the things I could do is build it in the realm, in Realm 5, just like I built it here. I could build the rooms first, right? We could build the rooms first and then invite people on to help build the rest of it. We could do that. I think the Tron Slime, though, is more interested in doing the end with me and doing some end raids and creative ways of killing the Ender Dragon and things like that. Luck May Have It. I'm not sure what Luck wants to do. So we'll have to see. One of the things I am looking forward to, though, is Mushroom Island Central is supposed to be our marketplace. What the hermits refer to as their shopping district, as a shopping district. And so guests on the server, I would like them to come in and build a shop. I think that would be really fun. Wouldn't have to, but it would be fun, you know, to have all kinds of silly and crazy shops. I'm already going to build about maybe 6 or 7 shops because I already have ideas for really silly and wacky shops. And again, you know, I'm not really interested in building functional shops. I'm interested in building ridiculous ones with silly characters and silly names. That's what I always do. But I think it would be a cool memento, other than just the room, to have, you know, players build shops in here. think it would be a lot of fun. But, you know, again, optional. You know, players can come on. They can pretty much choose what they want to do. I want to keep that open like that. But to have players coming on and building shops, I think would be a lot of fun. I know what I would build. Do you want to give it away right now, or do you want it to be a surprise? Because I have notes that I've been making on the shops that I want to build. That's why I haven't been talking about them too much. Because just stumbling upon them, I think, makes it funnier. As you're roaming around the island and you're like, what the heck is this place? And then you read it and you just start busting out and laughing. I think that's the best kind of thing. But if you want a hint of the kind of shops I'm talking about, if you look at Impulse's latest video, Hermitcraft video, that's the kind of stuff I like to do, especially with the names. To me, the shop is all about the names. It's about the name of the shop. It's about the name of the characters in the shop and stuff. I'm really big on that. And when I do a tour of Realm 3, Realm 3 was the Sweetberry realm. And Crazy Old Cat Lady and I did a lot of hilarious things in that main village. And so more of that kind of stuff, because I really miss that kind of stuff. You know, you get all hung up on building these super efficient farms and stuff like that, and then, you know, you forget to do things like that and have fun, you know. Okay, now, some of this back wall has to remain solid, and some of it has to be glass. And so right now, I'm just going to do glass here. In spots like this. And this will be open. This will actually be a door, but for now I'm just gonna do glass. And similarly, this will also be glass. I may have that be a solid block. I'm not sure, because I want it to correspond with this wall here. And of course, that wouldn't make any sense to have that glass, but to have this glass would be cool. As long as I could do a crossover. Well, that's the idea, is to have like a guest on to do some things. You know, it's just not like necessarily a one-time deal. You know, it's just I just don't do like a public realm where I'm an administrator. But to have guests come on, you build your shop, and then, you know, we do co-streams, right? So we can both have content and stuff afterwards. You know, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that kind of thing. Hey, P-Nibs, check this out. I was thinking, for these end units, to have a window that opens out onto the aquarium, I think would look really kind of cool. Although it would be a little strange because folks using the elevator could see inside your apartment, and that might be a little weird. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe that's a little too weird. And you know what? I'm thinking maybe that would also be a solid block. And I would work the column into that somehow. I don't know. But again, you know, just to correspond with that wall. And I would just build this across, something like this. And, you know, again, you know, we'll make that a door that you can come in. It'll be an airlock through, and that might be part of the structure. We'll see. We'll see how that works out. And I'll have to check with you to make sure that that's what we were talking about. I think I understood you there. All right, and again, we don't want to do too much with the top because this will extend upwards as we add more floors. And so I think, you know what? I'm thinking just a glass top would be okay. But I'm thinking a skirt of solid material around the top. Again, you know, we'll choose what the material's going to be later, but right now we'll just put a ring of dirt, you know, just to have some sort of frame there, just to add a little contrast. And let me see, time. Oh, 24. We're getting close. Okay, I gotta close that up. I gotta close this up right here. You have misplaced glass block. Yeah, I think I just knocked it out, right? Okay, a little something like that. Okay, I'm thinking how to do this. How to do this. How to do this.
Well, if you're wondering what's happened.
How to do this quickly. Let me see. I want to fill this with water. I want to do it fast. I don't mind if the water is flowing. I just want to get the look of it. Again, along the bottom here, I might do because this might not be ground level. I'll leave this where it is. Okay. I'll do a dirt top and then replace the dirt. I'll do a wool top and then replace it with water, and not wall with caps. Wool. White wool. No, we'll do blue wool. And I'll just... Thunder. Really? Come on, hands. Come on, man. Work with me here, hands. Work with me, okay? Together as a team. All right, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to want, wherever it's blue here, I'm going to want a water block. And I'll just replace all this with water. The water will stream down, and it'll at least give us an idea of how it'll look filled with water. And then we can worry about, we'll remove the water because we'll just have source blocks here, and it'll be easy to deal with. And then we can fill in the bubble vader. We can work out how the bubble vader is going to work out, and the tunnel through this on each level and stuff like that. And we're going to have to think about lighting too. Although I'm thinking on having this bottom level be a reconstruction of the seabed, right? And we'll have the coral fans, the sand, all that kind of stuff down there. I think that'll be really cool. Drops the wool. Awk indeed. All right, let's get this done. Let's get some water. Let's fill this in. Let's see what this is going to look like. So I'm thinking we can just do something like this. And I know this is going to be a little tedious. We don't have to do all of this quite like that, though. We could do it. I can use fill command for some of it. Hawk. Oh, wait a minute. I remember. Kachi taught me that. Okay. Just got to be careful here. Can't be too OP with the creative mode. Is there a replace command light blue with water? Yeah, but it works in square patches. And yeah, I think there is. I don't know it offhand. I'll confess I don't know it offhand. But we'll do okay here. We can actually use the command, the fill command on that wool if we make it a rectangle. And we'll just do these ends here that are less convenient to use the fill command on. We'll just do these manually. We'll get there. We'll get there. Okay, now I can use the fill command here. Target that block. Wonder what happened to our music. Pretzel rocks. Fuck. It's still there. Okay. I just have it really low. There, see, I can do that for the rest. And then when it comes down, oh, yeah. Okay, now when we have lighting and, you know, the sun's coming through that and the sea pickles and the floors between them, I just know you got to go probably like now. Yeah, it is 8:30, so I got to bug on out of here. But this is going to give us an idea of what this thing is going to look like, everybody. I couldn't be more pleased. That is going to... And you know what? Maybe this down here, maybe that's going to be glass as well. Maybe down on this section, maybe it will continue the cylinder down into the lobby. Who knows? But I think that's going to look frickin' awesome. Look at that. PNebs, that is a brilliant, brilliant idea. That's going to make this. That's going to make this whole thing. Don't you agree, little piggy? Shao Zhu, right down there. Little pig. That's going to be amazing. That doesn't even compare. All right. Okay. We have to scram, everybody. I'm going to take some screenshots of this and I'll post them on the Discord and maybe even the Instagram and give you guys an idea, even though it's not finished yet, get some ideas of how we're going to go about this and just for memory's sake. So everybody, again, no time for rating today. And I'm really sorry about that because we got a lot of friends in which we could rate. But I would like to give, of course, PNebs a big shout out here for contributing to our design build. That's an excellent suggestion, and that's really going to make this whole thing. It's going to be a lot of fun. Draken, of course, for being our mod here and helping me do a little bit of audio troubleshooting and stuff. And let me see. Also, Oscar Diggs for dropping on by, and SJ for dropping on by a little bit too. So, great Team Thunder. We will see you on Saturday. Yes. And of course, Saturday, I hope to have the headphones, and my family hopes I'll have the headphone thing worked out and everything. So we'll see about that and everything. Okay, everybody, I have to run. So remember that these weeknight streams are Tuesdays and Thursday nights. For the time being, they'll be from 6:30 to 8:30. Sometimes I run a little bit over, but that's okay. 6:30 to 8:30. Our next stream is Saturday should be at noontime. Here on the Generations Minecraft Realm server, Pacific Standard Time. If you're not able to drop by for this or Kachi time on 10 o'clock on Sunday, then make sure you watch the VODs and have a safe and happy 4th of July weekend, everybody. Bye for now.